Vroom vroom it is. Vroom vroom. Really? Okay. I wonder if Aggie's doing it this year as well. Maybe I'll head on out and cover it with the motorcycle. How about that? I know. I'll be honest, just riding just doesn't excite me like it once used to. I'm still on Zwift, 3 times a week, just trying to get my exercise in. Hell yeah. Let's get a move on. I think Aggie was going to go out one year and he couldn't do it, so he transferred his registration to me. So my brother and I drove up there, stayed the night in my camper, and man, it was just cold rain the whole day of the ride. I think there were maybe a handful of brave souls that just decided to go. Oh yeah, I hear that's a big thing. Maybe I'll go on out and live stream some of that. There's a local guy here that I follow on TikTok. He's been training for it for quite a while. But I think his weakness is definitely going to be the run. Is there a paper towel? No paper towel. Uh-oh, that's not good. I was wondering. I might have to change this around. Not sure this is going to work.
hazy out today.
Viking. Hey, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. Trying to determine if there's a bit of lagginess going on with the Twitch video, or is it just my phone? I'm gonna head towards Santa Fe. We're gonna go through Madrid, go to Santa Fe. I might go up the Santa Fe mountain a little bit. I do have the satellite on board, so we should be able to carry a stream that way. I don't know, there's a possibility I could head towards Pecos as well, but regardless, we're going to go to the backside of the mountain through Madrid. So destination is Santa Fe. about going up the mountain a little bit? Just because I myself am curious to how far up you can go with the fact that they closed the whole top side of the mountain for reconstruction. Somebody, I think it was Blading Christian, the one y'all accused of being the candy man that was going to kidnap me. I think he said that you were able to go up to the 10K trail. I think that's what he said. So, I don't know, we might make a quick little detour, go do that, and turn around, and then head to Madrid. What is this guy doing? Literally rode right out into the road. Crazy bicyclists. Yeah, Dimitri, I don't know what is up with YouTube. It's been amazing. It's like none of my videos are getting pushed. My shorts are not getting pushed. The lives aren't really getting pushed anymore. Subscribers are like dropping like crazy. I mean, I had a big subscriber drop on the gaming channel. It was like 48 within 2 days. Something like 15 to 18 on my main channel, this channel, in the last 3 days. I really don't know what has gone on with YouTube. I feel like I'm shadow banned or something. I really have no clue. Like, maybe you're not supposed to do live stream motorcycle content. I have no idea. It's crazy. Well, I tried to get out early to beat the heat, but man, it already just feels like it is warming up. I'm seeing it on my end too, Dimitri. I don't think it's you. I I'm watching it on my phone, and I'm seeing it on both the YouTube and the Twitch. Check another stream, and I think you're going to see it's me. Today might be just a chalk day. I mean, might be a day that this live stream is not doable again. I want to log into my desktop so I could actually see if we're getting drop frames. I'll probably stop up here some real quick and check that. So you think it was on your end, not my end? Because I'm seeing like a lot of like just video lag right now. And again, I know you can't always go by what's on the phone, but it just seems like something's off today. Might be time to finally, I don't know, if I commit to doing these motorcycle live streams, like it might be time to actually get an IRL server. See if TCAN UK will sponsor me with one. Discounted rate or sponsorship for advertising him. Water is ice cold. I put a bunch of ice cubes in my my hydration pack. That water is nice and cold. think I understand what you mean by that. We're going. Mine seems to be running better too. I don't see the crazy lag pockets happening anymore. I don't know what that was all about. Yes, it is a nice day. Hopefully get this ride done and over with before the heat picks up. wonder why they closed this lane down right here. I guess it was because they widened that area for walking on, maybe? I don't know. All right, Carl, what are you doing? another follow. Holy smokes, man. We're getting all kinds of follows on the Twitch. Appreciate all the follows, everybody. Let's see if we can hear the singing highway here. It starts like right here. Did y'all hear that? Yeah, I love the Chama area. For sure. I need to do a motorcycle trip up that way. My wife and I, we have a really nice camping spot. Little secret camping spot out there. Pumps? No. You mean bumps or grooves? They cut these grooves. It's part of a, I don't know if you saw, but it was kind of like filled in. Yeah, it's like bumps or like you know how on a lot of roads you have those cuts or grooves that are there to make, like, wake you up if you fall asleep, you know? Well, it's the same thing. They cut these grooves, but they're cut in such a way that they make the right vibration. Yeah. Yeah, so that was part of now is filled in. I don't know if it was a safety reason or what, but there was a thing in the United States where it was part of the, like, national singing highways, and so there's some in different areas of the states, but that one there kind of got like filled in. But as you all heard it, I don't know if you all heard it, but you could still hear it humming through the tires. I think it was America the Beautiful is the song. So you have to go back and listen to the clip, see if you could hear it. I could hear it. One somewhere out in California one time, like out in the middle of like nowhere highway. But that one there was put in a long time ago, and oh shit. Helps if you don't start in second gear. If they ever fully pave the road, I'm sure it'll go away, but right now it was just kind of like filled in, but filled in to the point where you could still hear the highway singing. slow down through here. Those Bernalillo County sheriffs are probably going to be working these highways this weekend. I think it's going to be busy. It's definitely going to be. Oh my gosh, look at the wind's already picking up. Man, I got an early start and the wind's already picking up. Man, I swear I can't get a break. Yeah, fortunately, I think the police are going to be working extra time, double time this weekend. Just can't avoid the stupidity of people. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, look at, man, it is blowing through here. Overtime. Wait, are you implying that you're part of the Popo? There we go. Yeah, that mothership, you know, ever since they got me the last time, been violated in ways that I had never enjoyed more in my life. Ah, gotcha. Okay. See, there you go. See, you never know who's watching. That's why I keep an eye on my speed. Well, at least the wind's going in my direction. It's blowing right through the canyon. But it is definitely blowing. What time is it already? Oh, it's 9:24. That's, yeah, I was trying to get out of the house earlier and I didn't quite get out as early as I wanted to. So. I see. Wow. You know, I was talking to one of my coworkers who's out there in Tennessee. Yeah, we need more of those 85s, like in between El Paso and what is it, Austin. I used to love that. Love that road when I used to go to the Bad Kitty training camp in Kerrville, Texas. That was fun times going to Bad Kitty racing camp in Kerrville. I see somebody is in the YouTube chat. I'd rather have a little bit of heat a few times out of the month than have the nice, cool, high desert, chill, like last night, or it got close to almost 100 yesterday, but at the end of the night I'm still able to open up my office window, and when the temperature drops, it helps keep my office cool through the night. And then usually by 7 or 8 o'clock I got to close the windows before the air conditioner starts kicking back on again. Alright everybody, like I said, we're coming up to this junction right here. So instead of heading straight through Madrid, I'm going to turn up towards the mountain. I do have the satellite on board, the Starlink, so we shouldn't have any problems with the stream dropping out. The only reason why I want to go up here is because I'm curious as to how far up you can go. Easy, easy. Okay, that car sees me. I'm curious to see how far up you can go, because the whole upper side of the mountain has been shut down. It's part of a 2-year project of like remodeling, reconstruction. They're going to get out some, take care of some diseased trees and stuff like that. So let me switch my phones over to Wi-Fi. Let me make sure they're on Wi-Fi. Make sure they're hitting the Starlink. Yes, Starlink. Switch this one over. Okay, so this one is in Wi-Fi. And this one is in Wi-Fi as well. Hopefully I won't let too many slopers get in front of me. Okay, we're just going to leave that phone alone. Let's see, who was it in the beautiful ride? I love it. Thanks, Micro Gaming, in the YouTube chat. Appreciate you. Thanks for being patient with me while I take time to stop and read. Bizzle T. Bizzle TX. How's it going? Hi, everybody. Like I said, we won't be able to go all the way to the top, just due to the fact that there's a big sort of remodel reconstruction for the entire top side of the mountain. They're actually redoing buildings. They're clearing out some of the forests of some diseased trees. It's supposed to be a 2-year project that you can't go up there, so I just want to see how far up I can go, which I think oh man, okay, this is not what I want to. Okay, this is not going to be fun. Are you turning? Maybe? Stopping? What are you doing? Okay, I see the turn signal now. Okay, don't know where you're going, but excellent. All right, like I said, there shouldn't be any problem with the live stream. We'll see. Like I said, I got the Starlink on board, so I should be able to take you all the way up with me. Where normally when I just come here with 2 or 3 modems, hotspots, I usually have to stop just like right up here, like somewhere right around here is about as far up as I can go. But with the Starlink on board, I can take you pretty far up the mountain with me. In fact, I've already done it where I've taken the stream all the way up to the top. But we're not going to be able to do that today just because, like I said, I heard it was shut down at 10K Trail, but I don't really know. We're going to find out. All right, is that going to be a turn signal? Maybe? No, it's not. Good. Good job. This road right here, I'm going to point out an area to y'all that it doesn't, I'm not going to say that it haunts me, but when I was a junior racing bicycles out here in like 1986, 87, I think it was 1988 that it happened. But I was coming around this hairpin turn right here, and I don't know how or why, but there was a wet spot in the road, and I slid across the road all the way into the dirt bank over here. Like it was like right about there is where I hit the wet spot and just slid out through this hairpin turn. And it's just like, so every time I'm coming down and go around this turn, I just think about like, oh, watch for the wet spot on the road, watch for the wet spot. And it was just like so random. It was not even like a rainy day or anything like that. It was just somehow or another a wet spot in the road there, and I just be in perfect line with that spot. Kind of changed me for a long time. Scraped up my leg pretty good. I went down on gear side, so can't be super record derailleur. Scraped all to hell. Had to get a new one. I'm lucky that the tubulars didn't roll off, because back then I ran tubulars. Look at all these bicyclists heading up. Definitely a broken spirit. I think I quit racing bicycles and everything and all that shortly after that. And it wasn't because of the accident, it was just things in life just changed. You know, it wasn't too long after that I moved towards Peoria, Illinois. Eventually made my way to Chicago to go to college. But yeah, that was just so random, just to find that wet spot. What trouble? Why are we using trouble? What am I? Oh boy, here comes that spot. This is where my son crashed. Oh no, this is not it. Oh, it's further up. Never mind. I'm in the wrong area. I came up a few times after my son's crash. Yeah, it is tough. I will say that. My son crashed up here. Very bad crash. Like in the ER for two days, and then surgery right after. Like nobody saw him. And then I came up here a couple of times, and you could just to look to see if in my mind I could figure out what may have happened. I'm going up. But I came and just looked at it, and you can still see the markings of the accident investigation and everything. It's pretty tough. Like, 3 days of 2 in the emergency room and the surgery, and like nobody saw him for 3 days. Just complete broken back, and that was almost a year ago. I think he posted on one of his social medias about recovery, a year later, and he's made a pretty good recovery. He's back to bench pressing 85-pound dumbbells. Two 85-pound dumbbells. That was his goal, was to get back to bench pressing 85-pound dumbbells. It was right up here. This is the curve. So he was coming down. I'm sure the markings are still not there. You never know. I mean, it could still be there. It's like right somewhere around here. Yeah, somewhere right around here is where it happened. Markings are definitely not there anymore. Was definitely tough. I almost quit riding motorcycles again. And as it was, I went on an 18-year sabbatical of riding motorcycles just because I had one back in like 07, 08, or like 05, 06, 07, and then I quit because everybody around me was getting hurt. And I recently just got back into motorcycles about 3 years ago. What's happening? I'm going to take it that we're still alive, right? And there's been no problems with the stream. Good, okay, well, at least we know the Starlink is working then. All right, let's see here. There's a lot of cars here. I wonder why. It did. Yeah. Granted, this car is going way too damn slow. If I get an opportunity to pass, I will. Yeah, that's way too slow. That'll make the ride just completely unenjoyable. So I'm not going to do what these guys are doing now. That is just out of my league nowadays. Not my style anymore, y'all. Yeah. I know. But that car is going way too slow. Just like way too slow. So, it should be, I know, I'm trying. Let's see here. Okay, road closed. So let's go ahead and just pull in here, y'all. I think this is where Blading Christian said that the stop was. Capulan. Nope. I'm just gonna stop for a quick restroom break and then quick restroom break, and we'll head back down and head out towards Madrid. Oh. Turn the helmet off. All right, everybody. I'm just gonna stop for a quick restroom break, and then we're gonna head back down. We're gonna head towards Madrid. My mom would disown me if she heard me saying the name of that city that way, because I come from a family of Madrids, and so in traditional Spanish sense, you would say Madrid, but it's known that the locals call it Madrid. So you gotta call it what the locals call it, right? Madrid. Madrid, yes. But if you look it up, it's kind of known. Like I said, Hispanic people around here get offended if you say it Madrid, and even my mom, like I said, she's a Madrid, but my whole mom's side of the family are Madrids. So, all right, let me put this right here. I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Majaju07 said, "How dare you not roll that RLOL?" Bizzle TX said, "LOL." Bizzle TX said, "Wake up, Dimitri." Dmitry Kupryanov said, "What'd I do?"
Okay. All right, everybody, let's get a move on. I don't want to stay here too long because it's going to get pretty hot today, and I want to get home before temperature rises.
Thumbs up, Dimitri.
Man, there are flies everywhere. All right, let me get this back in the helmet. I'll show you the little secret if you want to see it, y'all. So look, I put a little piece of refrigerator magnet strip inside the helmet right there, and then this little mini mic will just stick right to it. That's how we do it, folks.
Bizzle TX said, "Nice, good to hear."
Oh. All right, let me turn y'all back in my helmet. So yeah, this helmet is the Shoei GT Air 2. and it's unlike most helmets where you see the big old module people have sticking on the side. This one's fully integrated with the Sena mesh Harman Kardon sound system. It's like really nice sound system, but it's all built in on both sides. Really like this helmet. All right. Championship jersey. I'll take you if you want to go. okay. I can definitely get you set up. Man, that section of the road is rough. Ocular, I think is what it says. Appreciate the follows today, everybody. Yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, what's up? Squirrels are all over the road today. We are in New Mexico, yes. Well, I'm not in Albuquerque right now. We're over on the Sandia Crest side. We just went up the mountain and coming back down. And now we're gonna head north to Madrid, New Mexico. Anybody know what Madrid is known for, movie-wise? I'm speaking specifically of movies. A little trivia for you. Nice. Where are you at now? Ah, yeah, okay. Very nice. Yep, somebody got it. Wild hogs. Yeah, I imagine, especially with the lane splitting there. I can't. You definitely don't want to do that out here. But I guess it's kind of a accepted practice out there. But I just couldn't. I just can't imagine doing it. Well, we're going to be heading right through that town on this ride. Everybody, when we pass by the diner that they filmed most of the shots with, which was the wild hogs. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying it because you definitely don't want to do that here. People are stupid here, and I don't think it's like necessarily legal in every state. I think LA, it's legal to some extent, and it also has to be done. I think I just heard this the other day on a video of some about under a certain mile per hour. But isn't laced? And I think the reason why this came up is because there was a video of somebody lane splitting, but they were doing like, I don't know, 50, 60 mile an hour. But somebody in the comments said something about lane splitting is for like under, I don't remember the number, 15, 20 mile an hour or something like that. Okay, so really it is definitely a traffic encouraged kind of thing, so the lower speed. So you shouldn't really be lane splitting at like 50, 60. That kind of makes sense, especially if like, because I think in California it's kind of like a known thing and people are accepting of it, but here, good luck with that. You might get a pew-pew pulled on you. we're gonna run the cruise control for a little bit, y'all. Hand needs a little break. This is the Senna mesh system, so it's built and integrated into this Shui GT Air 2 helmet. So it's the Senna mesh Harman Kardon sound system. And then for the microphone for the camera, I've got the DJI Mic Mini, like right here in the corner of the jaw here on a little magnetic strip. Watching a video today. I don't know if anybody knows of Jake Lucky. He's sort of like a gaming sort of news reporter. He uses his YouTube channel to essentially report what's going on with Yeah, the mic. I have the mic 2s. Well, that's what I had originally, and then when the mic mini came out, I was like, well, I think I need to try the smaller one. And it's like frees up a lot of space. So I don't feel like my jaw is like constantly bumping into the microphone. Now I do have it in my backpack as a backup because supposedly for the battery life being like advertised, what is it, 12 hours? I don't know. I did a long ride and I think I got maybe 8 hours out of it. So I always keep the mic 2s in the backpack as a backup just in case I'm out on longer rides. What was I saying? Oh, Jake Lucky. He was talking about I guess another Twitch streamer nearly got in an accident, and like his whole thing is like, this needs to stop. You know, it's like, I don't know that live streaming and driving needs to stop. What needs to stop is people that are reading their chat. That I agree on 100%. Now I don't know where the line is drawn on that whole thing because obviously these streamers that are considered big streamers, whatever that means, large audience, I'll just call it. Yeah, well, I could imagine if you had 20,000 people, you know, watching your live stream, that could be a big issue, right? I'm kind of lucky that I am a small audience streamer, that I don't have that problem. Now when I'm on YouTube, I'm also on YouTube, by the way. I do have that phone open and I have a pinned message that says text-to-speech does not work. I will occasionally read the chat when I stop. I'm not ignoring you. Thank you for understanding. That's a pinned message. And so I will try to remember to read the chat messages in the YouTube, but for the Twitch, you know, I have the text-to-speech. But I could imagine if I ever grow big, which I don't think that'll happen, I'm not, you know, I could care less whether it happens, you know. Don't do it like Canute has paid TTS because he has a large audience. You know, he's not like, he's somewhere like upwards of, you know, on average 600 to 800 up to 1,000 viewers at a time. So he has paid TTS. Because I could imagine if you had like message after message after message after message coming through, that would be getting pretty annoying, you know? So anyways, I replied to his video and I was like, well, Jake, what needs to stop? And what are you saying that Twitch needs to force? Now, granted, you could clearly see in his video that, I'll just call her a dummy, is definitely driving and reading text, and when she nearly hit the car, now, again, context is everything. That car may have been speeding to the left, and so that's a whole other issue. But the bottom line is, there's no doubt she's reading chat while she's driving. That's a problem. That's the whole reason behind the hand, right? So that you're not agree. I think the streamer has to definitely be more responsible in that, but and perhaps it could just be written in. I think if you were going to make the platform take responsibility in it, they just would need to state it in their terms of service, so that if they see somebody doing something out of line, then it could be reported. I mean, you take TikTok, for example. If you remotely try to live stream on TikTok with the phone, if you try live streaming and you're moving in a vehicle and the chat is faced towards you, you get immediately shut down. And I know that because I've done it before. I didn't really know that there was a problem with it. But it shut me down in about, I don't know, 5 minutes, and let me know that something unsafe practices, whatever. But I imagine that the way you take, for example, the way I'm live streaming right now, there's no way for the service to know that I'm live streaming in a way where I'm looking at a chat because of the whole complexity of my setup. Hey, I'm gonna forget, can't go speeding through here. I've only done one so far. I did a Roswell, kind of a all back roads to Roswell, hunting, looking for green men, UFOs, aliens, and then rode back home. Here in the very near future, I have a 3-day one coming up where I'm going to take some back roads from Albuquerque to the Grand Canyon. I thought about whether I could do it in 2 days, but I think it'll be best done in 3 days, because what I will probably do is take interstate to Gallup and then go up to, I forget the name of the road, but Northern Highway in Arizona to like Camado, and then maybe spend the night in Tuba City, and then start the second day where I drop right down to the Grand Canyon, come in the east entrance, and ride along the Grand Canyon. So that way I can make it a thing where I can stop in multiple places and kind of tour the Grand Canyon for the second day, and then the third day can just be about getting home. Instead of rushing and getting there, and then trying to do the Grand Canyon the same day, that'll be almost 10, 11 hours of streaming. That'll definitely be a long day. But yeah, I do have some multi-days in the works. Understood. Yeah, it is. We should be okay with the live stream today. I do have the satellite on board, so yeah, it was fun. It's a fun trip. I do have the Starlink on board, so we should, unlike a year ago when I was live streaming without Starlink, you literally could not see. Yeah, it's on the rear rack on the back trunk. But I've actually come out this way before I had Starlink, and literally there is no streaming through Madrid. It just would not work until I got pretty well past Madrid and could get back into cell tower coverage. But with the Starlink, I can go in places that I've not gone before. So like, I don't know if you were around when I did the mountain just a little while ago, but I used to not be able to go up that mountain without, Starlink. So we're running Starlink, Verizon, and T-Mobile for our 3 services today. So it's bonding all 3 signals. And then when we lose cellular, the Starlink Starlink will keep everything going for the most part. We might get a little choppiness in the bit rate. We'll see. But the last time I came this way with the Starlink, seemed like the stream was pretty much staying up most of the time. Yes, Bella Box. Bella Box. Yeah, even right through here, without the Starlink, it would start getting a bit choppy. And even though you can see a cell tower in Madrid, it just wouldn't hit. It wouldn't pick up at all. Even when I was running all three hotspots, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, it wouldn't pick up any signal at all down there. Let's see if we can spot it here when I go through. So we're about to drop down in here right now. Into Madrid. Just driving through today. I'm not going to stop in, but I'll definitely point out where the Wild Hogs bar is from the movie. Diner, I can't remember the name of what they call the diner in that movie. A lot of people out. With a van. No, this one doesn't have a van. The last two big groups that went through had a van following. Oh yeah, there it is right there. What is up with that? That's the third group that I've seen where there's a van following with a trailer with a spare Harley on the back. we got it. Yeah, it seems like we had a brief low bit rate back there. Boy, it is already getting warm, y'all. I tried my best to get out and beat the heat, and I can already feel that it is just getting warm. Yeah, I can't say that. No offense to Harley people, I just not in the Harley thing myself. All right, everybody, we are now in the town of Madrid. Yeah, it is getting warm, y'all. I may not be out as long as I was planning today because, man, last week I just got overheated. I was out so long. All right, it's going to be up here on the left, y'all. The bar used in wild hogs. Here it is right here. See this right here with this red sign and all these Harleys right out front? This is it right here. No, I'm not going to stop there. I want to keep going. I got my hydration pack on me, so I've been pretty much swigging on water this whole time. Yeah, I think a viewer came on YouTube and gave me the idea about the hydration pack and found out that it actually worked, that I could actually sneak the little nozzle under the chin of my helmet, and which is why I have to stop using it. I'm actually staying hydrated. Yeah, it's my wife takes all the credit for it though. she's probably not in the stream right now, but she takes all the credit for me taking this hydration pack with me. This little town we're coming up here on, it'll be on the left, is where a lot of, alrighty, thank you. A lot of John Wayne movies were filmed right down here in this little town. Don't remember the name of this town here, but it's pretty neat to go through it. Maybe I'll drive through there real quick so that we actually see how it's actually set up like a little western town for all the movie scenes. Does that mean you got to go slow? You got to ride it slow, huh? We know you're not going to do that. At least not all the time. In the wind. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna stop up here at this Allsups. Not going to fuel up or anything, but definitely want to take a break and stretch my legs out and maybe grab a bite to eat. See if I can find a shady place. Oh, on that blue one? Yeah. You know, I unfortunately do not see a shady spot except for over here. Oh. All right, everybody. We're gonna take a brief break here. Going out. Turn the helmet off. Okay, so I'm gonna lock up the chat phones in the trunk here real quick, and I'm gonna go run in and grab just a quick bite to eat and maybe use the restroom. We'll hang out here for a little bit, and we'll get going up into Santa Fe. So I'm gonna leave the microphone here. Be right back. Phone's back. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on? Okay. So, what do we got here? It's one of those things, if you know, you know. Right? I didn't get a chimichanga. We got the beef and bean.
There's Power Karma said, are you have a staff?
Yep, I stopped at Allsup's. Good.
Cross country?
No, just local. Huh?
The weather isn't
Yeah.
There's Power Karma said, you better record that on your log.
I will. I will. That's pretty good. I think I've eaten more burritos now that I'm motorcycle riding. Again. I'm having breakfast burritos, Spam burritos, Allsup's beef and bean burritos. Think. Start keeping napkins in my trunk. It seems like the last few times I actually needed one that didn't have any. So I should probably start carrying them. Okay, I think we're still gonna head into Santa Fe. Part of me is thinking, like, kind of turn around and head back now because it's already getting warm. This is one busy gas station. Like, very busy. All right, we'll finish this later. Yeah, I don't know what's up with YouTube lately. It seems like my videos are not getting pushed, my lives are not getting pushed, my shorts are not getting pushed. I just don't know what's going on with, it seems like either something's changed with YouTube or something has changed with my channel, that my stuff just doesn't get pushed anymore. I really don't know. Don't know. All right, everybody, let's get going. Let's see here. I do want to check something on the live stream. Give me just a minute. I'm gonna lose the chat for just a sec. Live stream looks great. All 3 services are running. If you've not ever seen what it looks like from the app of running the live stream, hold on, make sure no important information is exposed here. It doesn't look like it. But this is what it looks like on the app. So this first line up here is ETH1. That's the Starlink. That's the IP for the Starlink going in. So it's putting about 18 to 24 kbps. 5.7 IP is the T-Mobile, the T-Mobile. And this other one, this LAN 2.9 IP 3800 is the Verizon. So this is bonding all of them to make my 10 to 11 kbps sending out the video and the live stream. So as you can see here, everything is like really good right now, bonding all the signals really good. So we've got really good signal out here. Technically, I probably don't even need the Starlink, but when I go back, there's certain areas through the mountain area where these hot spots will kind of give out, and so the Starlink takes over there and starts pushing all the bandwidth. So,
country Ianov said. People been watching too many of those social media is ruining your life videos. Or people are going back to going outside LOL. Nurse Power Karma said. Hi homie, what trouble are we in now?
The only trouble we're in is eating that burrito, you know? I can't seem to get away with burritos where they put a hint of spice or a hint of this. And don't get me wrong, that beef and bean burrito is good, but just that little bit of spice gets me every time. All right, let's get this back in here.
Nurse Power Karma said. Wonderful. I have to deal with the burrito aftermath.
Why do you think you have to deal with it? You don't have to deal with it. I do.
Nurse Power Karma said. I have a new house project.
Oh boy.
Nurse Power Karma said. Slider door to the backyard.
Oh, I've been wanting to do that forever. I just need to call Julio and see what it's going to take. You know what the crazy part's going to be?
Karma said. An artificial turf in the backyard.
I honestly think the first phase of that sliding door project is going to get Julio over and open up that whole wall to expose it to see if even structurally it will even take the sliding door. That's the first order of business, is got to get that wall open and exposed so we can see what's there. Because we know there's a big center section of cinder block wall, and that's got to come out. But we got to make sure that's not supporting anything. So honestly, the thought of working on that side of the house just kind of scares me. It's already getting warm. I think we're gonna go ahead and turn around and go back, y'all. It is just I can already feel the heat going up. It's definitely going to make it not very enjoyable. So we're going to count our losses now and just head back. I do have a stop that I'm going to make along the way. A couple of stops that I went right past. We'll make sure to do that. Come on, car. This is where my brothers worked for a while, I believe. Well, they did their training here because they worked for the state corrections. This is the state corrections training center. And then over, not that building, but up ahead is the new penitentiary. But the old penitentiary is over here where they worked at. So that's the new penitentiary over there, and then over here is pretty much the abandoned penitentiary. What do you mean, Dimitri? I took the lady home a cinnamon roll last weekend. I got it on video, evidence. Reg guilted me into taking something home to the lady again. Appreciate that. Appreciate the follow. Hey, we'll keep giving her credit. Heck yeah. You know what I'm going to take credit for, though? Putting ice in it this time. It is so ice cold. It is definitely getting warm. Oh man. I think it was a safe decision to turn around and start headed back, because I'm just starting to feel it. Think so? don't know, but I feel like I'm not getting the air. Let me open up these little side vents, see if I get some more airflow in the cockpit here. Open up both of them. Uh-oh. Battery. Are you? I'm just rotating through. Oh, here we go. It is still there. All right, you ready for it? Ready? See it? Bikes are better. I think, dear, I know you're laughing. Are you gonna make me actually call you for help? Huh? I see you in the chat still. Will you please come get me again? Oh man. Oh, you're not. Dude, are you gonna make me call an Uber? No, I don't think so. He sunk his head in defeat. I got it on video. Goose backs off first, turns around and turns his back. I did the little head wave thing that he was doing. I think he knew that I meant business. Tell you what, you never know what you're gonna experience. think the last message was live. I think we're to live. Couldn't tell what happened back there. Seems like I had less problems going through versus coming back. but I think things may be potentially overheating up a little bit is the other thing. Back in Madrid. Yeah, it's
Right size. It's the right size.
well, I'm live streaming to Twitch right now. I'm live. So it's got like 3 modems, a little computer, and like a bunch of battery packs. Yeah. That's kind of what I've been doing for fun now instead of racing. Just
I've seen some of your print.
Oh, my live streams? all the recaps, the clips. Yeah. Well, I was riding with the Echelon group, starting down there on Rio Grande, and they just got a little too hot and heavy for me coming up. I was like, ah.
Yeah, it's the hill climbing thing, right?
Yeah.
I
even tried to bring my lightest bike I own, but when you're carrying like 20 pounds of extra gear, and I'm not talking about my belly. another follow on Twitch. Thanks for the follow. Man, getting a lot of follows today. Appreciate all the follows here on Twitch. least I know we're still alive. It's a little hard to tell back there for a little bit. Both phones were disconnecting, and even though they were connecting to Starlink, I kind of assumed we were live, but just couldn't tell. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I don't think I've seen the viewer count on YouTube go above 2 all day. I think maybe one time I saw it 3, but not at all like until before this thing that happened occurred like a week or a couple of weeks ago. You know, I was getting like as high as 20 viewers on the YouTube chat, but it's just crazy. Look, there it is. It's 3. Talked about it, and now all of a sudden we're 3. Country. Thanks for hanging in there. Mizzle TX. How are you doing? You know that ride we did a few, how long ago was it now? A couple of weeks. I don't know about you, but that ride we did, oh, yeah, you know, it took me like, I don't know why, but it took me like a good 4 days to recover from that. I don't know why. I didn't feel like it was overly hard. Really? Okay, well, at least I wasn't alone. Yeah, that did a number on me. But we need to do another one, that's for sure. Yeah. Well, we need to do another badge route of some sort. I rode 3 times this week, so I held up to my, and one of them was a race, so we did pretty good this week with riding. 1 2-hour ride, 1 race, and what was the other ride? Yeah, it's not so much about, oh, I know what the other route, I did another road to the sky, so the climbs don't bother me, you know, it is just what it is, you know. I think the bad part is that as far as badges that I need, that's all that I have left are the stupid elevation ones. I think I've done almost every flat one you could do. Well, there could be like a handful of flat long ones that I don't have. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but yeah, that ride did me in for sure. You know, I've never eaten at this Burger Boy. I hear it is so good. I'm gonna have to try it sometime. I'll message you on Discord and see if get something going again this week. I gotta keep the 2-hour ride habits going though, because I'm prepping for that. I got asked to help out with the I forget what it's called, the Charity for Kids. K for Kids or something like that. General Elios reached out to me, asked if I would be interested in taking some blocks, some 2-hour blocks on the marathon. And I was like, heck yeah, put me down for a couple. So I already got a shirt to represent. I told him, I said I'd even be up for doing a 2-hour block of rowing. And he said the people would love that if you do that. And I was like, okay, well. I said, well, put me in for a couple of blocks. I'll probably do a cycling block and a rowing block. think that would be cool. I mean, there are apps that have it, but even when I live stream the rowing, all I do is pull up one camera with me, and the other camera is the Concept 2 app that essentially has all my data. Like my pace, my watts, my strides per minute. So I'm okay if there's, I don't know, I'm one of those that I'm okay. Yeah, I'll send you a clip. I should have a clip somewhere. But what no, Siri, please be quiet. I didn't call you. Yeah, so what I do is, since I use Apple TV for Zwift, all I do is the Concept 2 rowing app is on my iPad, and all I do is mirror it to the TV or to the Apple TV. Okay. No wheelies here. No wheelies here. Not my style. Everybody's always demanding wheelies. But anyways, what I do is I take the Concept 2 app is on my iPad, and you know, you have multiple screens that you could have. And all I do is I mirror that to Apple TV, and then the whole other part of the camera is just the camera facing me rowing. So you see me rowing, and then you see all the data up on the screen. That's all I do. Check these guys out. Nothing really. Probably mostly just stay home and keep an eye on our dogs, because they hate fireworks. So they're probably going to be hiding under the bed, hiding in the closet, and just keeping them calm all. Every 4th, every New Year's, it's just keeping the dogs calm, and then hoping once again that my house doesn't get hit by a bullet. Y'all haven't me told that story yet. In my lifetime, I've had 3 different homes get hit by bullets, either on New Year's Eve, 4th of July. They're just mixes. One of them's like a Siberian Husky mix. The other one is a Rottweiler German Shepherd, and the other one is a Rottweiler Great Dane mix. She looks every bit and what's up? Yeah, the Great Dane definitely came out more looking like Great Dane than the Rottweiler mix in her. But yeah, I don't know, the fireworks, they don't like them. And what I hate is when you could tell when somebody is shooting a gun. Like, why, you know? One house I found, I was sweeping the pantry, Albuquerque. One house I was sweeping the pantry, and I found a bullet like right in the corner of the pantry, and I looked up and see the hole right through the ceiling. Then it was a second house, probably, I don't know, maybe 20 years later. I was cleaning the kids' was cleaning out my kid's closet. Same thing. Found a bullet in the closet and looked up and there was a hole in the ceiling. Last one was probably 4 or 5 years ago. It was on New Year's Eve. I heard all the fireworks going off and everything, and that woke me up, so I was just kind of like awake. And you could hear the fireworks, you could hear people shooting guns. Absolutely stupid. I don't know why people think that's a good idea. And then I heard this little ping, so this time I actually heard it hit the house. I heard this like little smack ping kind of sound. I was like, surely that's, I'm sitting here hoping that it's not another firework that just landed on my roof, because we have people all around us that fire fireworks, and the sticks from those land on our roof all the time. But anyways, I went out the next morning, found the hole in the stucco and found the bullet on the concrete, and I was like, yep. So 3 times in my lifetime of a bullet coming through. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for the follow. I can't see the name. Try not to read the chat. I don't have alerts, but I'm going to jump on the freeway here, y'all. Instead of taking the side roads home like I normally do. It is starting to heat up and get a little warm, so I'm going to just take the freeway and get on home now. Normally I would take the side road over there and just not worry about how long it takes me to get home, but today I've already been out for quite a while. It's definitely heating up, and definitely want to get home before it gets too warm. So y'all sit back. Cruise here on the freeway. Yeah, he stopped by here. I got to stream snipe him, and just got to hang out with him for a little bit in the parking lot over there at his hotel. Yeah, I posted the video and made a clip of it already on YouTube. But yeah, when he was coming through, I was in his chat giving him suggestions on hotels. But every hotel that I was giving him, because they were wanting one at a casino. Yeah, he's a great guy. Every hotel that I was looking at was the hotel casino ones were all booked, probably because of concerts and things like that. So they ended up going to the Tamaya, and then I went out on a motorcycle ride, and then when he fired up his stream, I headed that way and stream sniped him. With permission, I will say. Yeah, the chat was calling me a creep and a stalker. I was like, come on, y'all. I said, I asked him. I said, hey, I'm going to stream snipe you. Oh, yeah. And then his chat, some of his chatters jumped into my chat and said, look, Knut, free TTS, so I guess, because you have to use bits and whatever to use TTS on his. And so they were getting on my stream and saying, Knut, you look fatter on Karma's stream. It was a few funny moments in there. was definitely cool to meet the guy, for sure. He ended up actually staying in Albuquerque 2 days instead of 1. I can't remember his reasoning. He said something about they liked the hotel so much that they decided to stay a second day. I think on the second day they went over to the Breaking Bad house. At least I think they did that. I didn't actually see that, but based on where they were coming from at the time that I caught them, I think that's what they did. Yeah, the Tamaya, the Hyatt Regency, yeah, that's definitely top-notch resort. The last I checked his stream, they were at the what do you call it, the outpost, right? You know what? I haven't seen it. I haven't been by that way in a while. I want to say that it is. It is still there. It's been a minute since I've been to that neighborhood. But the last time I was there, the Mister's car wash franchise owned that. Ooh boy, yeah, it is getting warm. Warm. Indoor ride in the AC. That's what I was doing last night. Although I turned the AC in the gym on too late. I usually I hate when I do that. What I need to do is start committing more to, like, I get to the end of my workday and I'm like, when I usually plan the ride, I go in, turn the AC on in the gym, so that way it's kind of pre-cooled. But yesterday I kind of hem and haw, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, and this, that, blah, 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 blah. And then next thing I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ride. So I go turn the AC on, and it was pretty warm in the gym. I'll be home in about 10 minutes. I'm definitely gonna be taking a nap. I appreciate the offer though. This old man needs a nap. Yeah, I need to get cooled off and take a nap. And like I'm right at that edge of where I can feel like sweat might start dripping in my helmet. Not quite there yet, but could definitely use one that long. Generally, I'd be lucky if mine are 10 or 15. Unless I've just totally didn't get good sleep, then occasionally those 45ers come into play, kind of like out of my control. If I'm taking peptides, like Samoralin, then, man, I'm always getting really good sleep. Whoa. Everybody, for everybody that's left in the stream, we're gonna about, I don't know, 2-3 more minute place I usually pull over here to raid out the stream. So thank you again, everybody, for joining the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. Nice little ride behind the mountain towards Santa Fe. Stopped through, well, rode through Madrid town where the Wild Hogs movie was filmed. Well, a lot of scenes were shot there for sure. Alrighty, I gotta see who's on. Hopefully Knut's on. If not, my usuals are like Relic. I don't think Dimitri is going to be streaming. He's heading out to his brother's house. Unless he streams at his brother's house. So we'll see who's around. Oof, man, I can just start feeling seems like I can feel the sweat starting to build up on my neck here. It is getting warm. Lumo. Oh, yeah. There we go. Is he on? The other day, I think, I want to make sure I think this is what I saw, but I was working and I saw him on stream, and it seemed like I saw him early, and I got to my end of my workday and he was still streaming. He was still streaming like almost 8 hours later, like some sort of endurance ride or something. Wonder what that was all about. All right, everybody, this is my spot right here. Oh yeah, that is definitely nutso for sure. All right, everybody, I'm losing the chat while I switch apps here so I can find out who to raid to. Let's see who we got. Oh, there's me. Crazy guy on a motorcycle. Okay, the raid, where's the raid button? There's the raid button. Oh man, I can't even see my phone. All right, everybody, I'm having a hard time seeing my phone. It's because it's overheating, so I kind of can't. So I'm just gonna have to pick someone I can see here. Yeah, sorry y'all, I can't see. I can't even find Lumo on here.